Yes. Good evening, all my South Orange Mayport listeners, and all those other listeners in the towns of Millburn, Livingston, Irvington, West Orange, East Orange, Orange, and Newark. Welcome to In the Village With Anselm on the South Orange Mayport online radio experience, and live on the World Wide Web at somore.org. And the only radio show covering all your news, opinions, politics, talk, and sports happening in the South Orange Mayport communities. You can listen to us every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. And reach us at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626 to participate in the discussion. We have a very interesting program lined up for you this evening, and I look forward to your participation in the discussion. Now, tonight, you know, when you're doing a radio program, news change constantly during the day. And many times you have prepared exactly what you want to talk about on the program. But there are times when things change drastically in just a few hours, and you have no choice but to change with the new type of news. Now, as many of you may know, there's a new organization formed in South Orange and Mayport, and they had a forum this past Saturday. And I couldn't help, because I wanted to get a feedback from Mayport Online and some of the residents that reside in this community, and get the pulse of what they think about the event. So as you may know, there was an article written by David Lackey this past Sunday regarding the event. And the headline in the article read, "New South Orange Mayport Parent Association seeks true equality for black students." The article went on to say, a new organization of concerned parents held a community forum at the Mayport Memorial Library on Saturday to discuss the problems encountered by black students in the South Orange Mayport School District. The South Orange Mayport Parents of Students of African Descent Workshop is seeking to identify and change aspects of the education experience in the district that they see as unfair. Now, the same article was posted by someone by the name of Zombie Zoinks. You know, it always amazed me that many individuals post in these message boards and they don't use their real names. It's just my opinion. You know, so you could hide under the cover of a pseudo name. Okay? You can make up a name and hide under the cover of whatever that name is. But that individual posted the article. It's the same article in the Alternative Press on Sunday, March the 30th. And some people feel that whenever there is an organization started and trying to get a positive end result, there is a problem. And then there are many others who believe that when you start something new, it's basically to change some problems that they may have in the system. For example, when the South Orange Maplewood Board of Education was thinking about building the $10 million pool at Columbia High School, many of the residents of South Orange and Maplewood was against that pool because they felt that the Board of Education shouldn't be expending $10 million on a pool. And they were absolutely correct. So they had a petition, stop the pool. Absolutely correct. Took a stand and were very, very vociferous in their demand that they don't build the pool. At the end of the day, they did not build the pool. You had in South Orange, whereas that the trustees of South Orange wanted to pay themselves a stipend. They wanted to pay the regular trustees $1,800, and they wanted to pay the president approximately $2,400. Michael Goldberg started a petition, and it was successful to get the trustees not take a dime from the township of South Orange. Now you have Engage Maplewood in Maplewood dealing with the issue of the redevelopment on the spot where the post office is currently located. And they have been very vociferous again in getting information out to people about what's going on there in Maplewood. And there's nothing wrong with that. Those are good things for this community. These are the type of things that make the South Orange community what it is, to make it better at the end of the day. And in this community, I believe we want as much as possible that can make a significant difference at the end of the day in our community. There may be a few people who may not want that, but they're in the minority. And I don't think there should be anyone that doesn't want the best for their community. So I decided to peruse Maplewood Online because, as we know, Maplewood Online is where many individuals, many residents of this community go to voice their opinions. And they've been around a long time, and they have established a following, and people go there. So it will behoove me, even though we are the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience, not to go there, to get the pulse of what people feel about this forum that they had this past weekend. Now, Max Weisenfeld had a post, and he highlighted in the post getting all of the stakeholders to work together rather than being adversarial is very important. And that was part of the statement by the South Orange Maplewood parents. And he also stated, doesn't seem like trouble, seems like dialogue, and dialogue is good. And I must say, he's absolutely correct. Dialogue is excellent. And we need a lot of dialogue in this community. And that's why we have the Community Coalition on Race. We have many other organizations across South Orange and Maplewood engaging in dialogue in this community. If we didn't have the Community Coalition on Race back a few years ago, we might have still have steering in South Orange and Maplewood, where you steer certain people into the western section of South Orange and Maplewood, and you steer others into the eastern section of South Orange and Maplewood. The Community Coalition put a change to that through dialogue and discussions with the realtors who were selling houses in South Orange and Maplewood. That was dialogue. And that had something to do with only showing certain people houses across Springfield Avenue and then showing others houses on the western section of Maplewood and South Orange. So Steve indicated from the message board on Maplewood Online, I'm trying to figure out why one will compare disabled to non-disabled student when looking at suspension rates by race. Anyone? I guess he's asking a question. He's asking a question. But Max Weisenfeld stated, and this goes back and forth. It goes back and forth. I'm just trying to pick out some of the quotes here, some of the statements made by different individuals. He says, that may be a misquote, since I have seen the statistic that indicate a much higher rate of suspension for all students of color in the district. So someone was questioning whether in this district students of color are suspended more than any other students in the district. And that is because a statement from the article stated that Courtney Bowie, a senior staff attorney with the American Civil Liberties Union, spoke about racial disparities in suspension rate. A New Jersey native, she said she was surprised at the data, which shows that across the nation, the rate of suspension among students is about 6%. But in South Orange and Maplewood, over 20% of black students with disabilities are suspended each year, while only 4% of non-white disabled students are suspended. Those numbers have led the ACLU to take a closer look at our district. She said district policies are race neutral, but they do not yet know why enforcement is not. Suspension should be the last resort, especially for students with disabilities, she said. So, you know, it's just, it's just unbelievable. Now, here's Campbell 29. Isn't Walter Fields the guy who made the big stink about his kid getting out of the pizza store because she didn't buy lunch and then try to turn it into a racial event? I think he also advocated getting rid of AP because he didn't like the racial makeup. Sounds like a guy spends a lot of time looking for you know what, something on a bull. I'm not going to mention the word, but it starts with T and it ends with S. On a bull. Sounds like a guy spends a lot of time looking for T, it ends with an S on a bull. Now, you know, I want to make a statement. And for you listeners out there, can you call me and let me know what you think about this statement? Women should not have children after 35.